Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000 Wins Gaming Channel. In this video we'll be looking at my Weiss Schwarz deck profile for Icy Tail from Saekano. We'll take a look at the little zeros first. I'm running 2 copies of Emotions in her music, Michiru. At the beginning of your attack phase, if you have another game character, you may choose one first solo concert in your climax area and one climax in your waiting room and exchange them. And has an act, pay 1, rest 2, look up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card from among them, put in your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. So it can plus you with the second effect, and the first effect, it actually helps you change into your 1, 2, 3, 4 different climax cards. So you're running 4 different climax cards. 2 alternate finishers, and a plussing combo that combos with your 0 and 1. And this basically makes it like a 3. It's 8 climaxes, but essentially the first solo is an extra climax of each set, so it's almost like a 4-3-3. You can think of it that way if you want to use different combos. So that makes this deck a little different from other deck builds. I'm running 2 copies of Game Development Training Camp Michiru. On play, you can rearrange top 2. On play, you can also pay 1, pitch a card. If you do, search your deck for a game character. So it's on play, tutor, and rearrange. 3 copies of the Michiru Hanging Out Together Brainstormer. When you play your climax in your climax area, look at the top card of your deck, put on top or bottom of your deck, and pay 1 rest, and it's a search Brainstormer if the brainstorm resolves. Running 2 copies of All Night Ronco. All your other game characters get plus 500 power. When Icy Tail is placed on your climax area, you can rest this card. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your stock. You'll know what it is since you'll have the Brainstormer to top check for you. Running 3 copies of Last Push Michiru. When this card attacks, choose one of your game characters, and that character gets plus 1500 power until end of turn. And at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may choose one character in your opponent's center stage and move it to an open position of your opponent's center stage. So it pushes and is relatively big at 2500. Running 2 copies of Unexpected Reinforcement Michiru. On play, if you have 2 or more other game characters, you can search for Icy Tail Michiru, and you can resonate with Icy Tail Michiru to side attack without soul penalty. Running 1 copy of the Dressed Up Eriri, just because it's a climax swapper. It has an alarm. If this card is on top of your clock at the beginning of your climax phase, you may draw and then discard. 3 copies of the After Concert Party Tokino. If your opponent has 3 or less characters, this card gets 3000 power. When this card is put into the waiting room from the stage, you can pay 1, put a music character from your waiting room at the bottom of the clock, and then look at top 2 cards and choose up to 2 music characters and add them. So it can plus you 2 if you reveal all music characters. Most of the deck is music characters except for climaxes, the event, and the climax offer. 4 copies of Assisting All Night Tokino. When your other character attacks, this gets 1000 power. When this card battles in reverse, you can look at top 2 cards from the top of your deck and add 1. 2 copies of Disorderly Sleeping Position Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you get to discard a climax. If you do, search your deck for 1 game character. And when this card becomes reversed, if this opponent's battle opponent is cost 0 or lower, you may put that to the bottom of your opponent's deck. 2 copies of Icy Tail Tokino. We can resonate with Icy Tail Michiru to give this card 2000 power and 1 soul. 3 copies of the event, The Truth of Icy Tail. You have to have a music character to place the card, and then you can look at top 4 cards of your deck and add a music character. Running 1 copy of this backup. It's just a Lifa counter. 2 copies of this level 2 Good-Willed Impulse Michiru. When this fights level 3, it gets 6k power. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a game character. If you do, choose a game character in your waiting room and put in your hand. 2 copies of Composing Till Night Michiru. The number of cards put to the bottom of your opponent's deck into their waiting room by the effect of climax combo of your Icy Tail Michiru gets plus 1, so it assists with your Icy Tail finisher. All your characters in front of this card gets plus 6 power, X equals to that character's times 500, and you can activate, rest, draw a card, discard a card. Then some of the 1-ups at level 3. Running 1 copy of Morning of the Festival of Michiru. It's an early play, and when this card is placed on stage, you can look up the X cards from the top of your deck, where X equals the number of game characters you have, and when this card's level 2 or higher, battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put the top card of your deck into your stock. 1 copy of After Concert Party Ichika. If you have 4 more early play, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, gets 4,500 power and the following ability on the opponent's next turn. During this card battle, all players cannot play backup from their hands. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, choose an Icy Tail Michiru from your waiting room to salvage it. So this is your alternative finisher. I'm running 2 copies of Childhood Friend by the Pool Michiru. When this card is placed on stage, look at top 3 cards from top of your deck, put them on top of your deck in order, choose up to one of your opponent's characters and return it to their hand. When this card attacks, if Childhood Friends by the Pool is in your class area, below the top card of your deck. If it's a game character, you may deal 5 damage to your opponent. You should know what it is when you stack it on play. And 4 copies of your Icy Tail Michiru, your finisher, resonate target, on play heal, and on attack if Icy Tail is in your class area, put the bottom 4 cards of your deck, the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck into their waiting room and deal X damage to them, where X equals the number of climax revealed from that effect. So running 3 copies of Fallen Icy Tail, which is your plussing combo at level 1 and stock generate combo for 0. 2 copies of Icy Tail for your Icy Tail finisher. 2 copies of Childhood Friends by the Pool, which is your alternate finisher if you need to push more damage. And First Solo Concert, 1 copy for your level 0 that can switch into the other climaxes. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.